What's going on YouTube? This is Nathan Mon, aka Rainbow Scoot 333, and I am bringing you the first ever Kaijudo Championship live here at Seattle between Robbie Stewart and Bobby Brake. They're going to tie on the first die roll, and we're going to see what happens. And it is Robbie Stewart winning the die roll with a 12. Now, Robbie Stewart is playing Greed Dragons, by my understanding, and Bobby Brake is playing in his version of Control on specifically Leviathan Control. So grip is spare down for Robbie Stewart. Bobby Brake's going to start us out with something. The person who just sat down was our head judge, moving the first place trophy, and that was a Terror Pit and Mana. Storm Spark Blast coming down for Robbie Stewart, and a King Coral for Bobby Brake, one of his big tech cards that's done him well today. So no plays yet for the Greed Dragons deck, no early birds. And let's see if Control deck has an opening Mesmerize. Probably the most beneficial early play in the deck. Lyra Mana, 3, and he does the Mesmerize. Lyra, Hyperspeed Dragon, and 2 Bone Blades for Robbie Stewart. Interesting choices, though I'm sure he was hoping to be able to target something a little more powerful. And he's going to hit the Lyra. Charging the first of those Bone Blades and passing. Bobby's throwing down the Grip to Spare, going to hang in that dual Civ out of the way early before it could make a difference. So, Hyperspeed into the play for Robbie Stewart, throwing down that last Bone Blade, so we don't know his hand anymore. And there's a King Neptus for Bobby Brake. Robbie Stewart is throwing down the Lux and mana. I think I see Infernus and Shade Blaze. Could be wrong. So there's a Storm Spark for Bobby Brake, tapping 4. Could be a Keeper Laws or a spell. It is a spell. He's doing the Crystal Memory. There are no turn 2 plays that I think that will really help Bobby at the moment, so he's probably going to set himself up for the next turns. It looks like he might be getting a Mesmerize. We'll see next turn if it is. So, Robbie is charging Storm Spark, so that's 2 in mana for him now. And Bobby throws down the Piercing Judgment and does the Mesmerize. So he could hit the Shade Blaze that comes out next turn, or the Infernus the Awakened. Yeah, he hits the Shade Blaze. Go ahead and get rid of that before it can come out. Terror Pit down, so next turn we could see an Awakened. Squills to mana, so we probably will see an Awaken right now. He drew a Storm Spark. Not sure if he wants to charge that. He's going to pass. So this gives Bobby one more chance to get rid of it. He's doing the memory. Pretty sure he's going to go get that last Mesmerize and go ahead and do the Mesmerize to get rid of the Awakened. Yes, he's doing it. So the Awaken is gone, and he knows now that there are no Storm Spark Blast and Shields. This match is looking pretty good for Bobby Brake at the moment. And there's the top deck of a General Skycrusher. Good card to have in play right now. Lets him finally get over that Neptus should it become tapped. Charging the Bone Blaze and going straight into Andromeda, giving Bobby the shield count. And there's a Terror Pit for the Andromeda, letting Robbie Stewart keep that field position. Here's the Keeper of Laws that's been making many decks work this weekend. And there's a So I think he's finally going to play that Storm Spark that he's been holding on to, and yes, he will. So Bobby will get to draw a card, and his field is going to be wiped clear. So that's a Toxic Fog to mana. He's going to go ahead and throw down the Aqua Strider, try to get a blocker out. Tapping 5, we have another Hyperspeed, so the field's looking pretty good. And there's a Wave Lancer. Bottle of Wishes.
That's really what it is.
So any dragon will desperately help Robbie Stewart at this point. An armored dragon would come out able to attack right now thanks to the hyperspeed.
Yeah, there it is. Go ahead.
And it is a Lux, so not as good right now. There's a Fumes. I do not know what he discarded. There's a Lux, so any dragon now will help him refill the hand. Tritonus. Bobby's taking the full 5. And there's another Nyx. Coral to mana. Tapping 3. Toxic Fog taking out both Nyx. And he's going to use that lockdown effect of Constrict on Tritonus to make the Sky Crusher unable to attack. Storm Spark Blast. This could clear his field. He's going to lock down a Hyperspeed. Fumes kills Lux. Tritonus kills Sky Crusher. Wave Lancer killing Hyperspeed, but choosing not to trade. And Robbie's going to go ahead and call game right there. So going on to game 2. So game 1 to Bobby break. Game 2 now, and Robbie Stewart is taking first again. So there is a Grip of Despair and an Aqua Strider. There's a Storm Spark. There's a second Aqua Strider. Boneblaze to mana, and there's the Umbra. So we do have an early bird now. We could have a turn 4 Herald. Throwing the Awakening mana, and we do have a turn 4 Herald. Taking first shield, getting this early advantage. Game is looking good for Robbie Stewart at the moment. Charging the Terror Pit, playing the Fumes. Choice between Andromeda and I think it was a Bottle of Wishes. And he just drew the Piercing Judgment. Probably regrets throwing that Andromeda away at this point. Yes, it was a Bottle of Wishes, which he just threw into mana. And now it's Bottle of Wishes for Bobby. This could give the game a good favor to him.
Let's see if you whiff. Yeah. Shuffle it up. Shuffle it up. It's fine.
So let's see what happens. Bobby's gonna go ahead, keep going. So here we go. It was Terror Pit. There goes the Herald. Piercing down. Things are not looking good for Robbie Stewart right now. He's lost his Herald. He lost his ability to get the Andromeda. And he just lost his Umbra.
Good.
Thanks to a Leer coming to play. Storm Spark down. That's 2 in mana again.
7 mana? Yeah.
And there's a Storm Spark for Bobby. Terrapin Lyra, trying to keep the fields small. Robbie Stewart tapping 8. Let's say Shade Blaze. Yes, Shade Blaze. He could go ahead and take 2 shields now that he's going to kill the fumes. But he's not worried about it. So let's see if he can keep his field presence up.
You also have the Tritonus. That's blatantly obvious. Go ahead.
And there's the Grip of Despair. So he lost the Shade Blaze.
Come on.
Lyra with no target.
Here go.
And there's another Andromeda. Lux off the top. Charging straight into the Tritonus.
That's why I was saying go.
And there is a Bone Blades to mana. Bobby is going to Crystal Memory, probably take out the Storm Spark Blast and clear the field. Yes, he does. So this game's looking really good for Bobby Break at the moment. We may see our first champion crown in the next few turns. Charging straight up, he could take all the shields right now. Neptus and Keeper Laws, and that's the match. So Bobby Break is our new champion. Congratulations. And this has